And we're back with Nesting Solutions Part 2. In my previous video, I talked about combining multiple if statements into one if statement, and I talked about returning early. In this video, I'm going to teach you about two new ways to avoid nesting. So, one way to avoid nesting is to turn the if statements into a function, so that returns a bool. So you have multiple if statements, and then you basically just add them up, and only if all if statements are met do you get a return value. Do you get bool is true? In which case you only have to get one if statement that says if this function returns true, then do the rest of the codes. Now, you might say, isn't this just the exact same thing as combining multiple if statements into one? No, actually, because a function can return more than one value. So if in between two if statements you create another value, then you can still, if that value is still needed for the rest of the code, you can still return that value to the function to get to the rest of the code out with the function. But even if you don't need the value for the rest of the code, and it is necessary just for one of the if statements, then you couldn't have done that by combining one of the combining all of the if statements together. So that's another extra solution. Another way to do it is another way to avoid nesting is specifically if you're going to call upon a certain function for a certain object, then you could, instead of using if car or if bike, you could use a technique called subclasses and base classes. Now, if you don't know what these are, well, once again, watch my previous video on them. But instead of making in the if car, if bike, you can just use the column on the function that is drive, and then each individual subclass will use their version of what drive is. So that's very convenient. Yeah, my time is almost up, so bye and thank you.